Welcome back to Absolutely. I'm Benny. That is Sal, and that's Porn Stash Hustlin'. Today we're going to be talking about the post-credit scenes in Shazam. I couldn't finish your eyebrows when I said that joke.
Really leaned into it.
He really did. All right, so here's the situation with Shazam. Hudson hasn't seen it. I ended up not seeing it. I had a meeting that ran late, couldn't see it the day it came out. I didn't get another shot to see it on the weekend. I wanted to. Sal ended up seeing it. But I realized no one's really going to care about our opinions about the actual Shazam movie. When we all see it, we can make a video in 3-4 weeks or whatever, you know. What you do want to know, and this is what I wanted to know, what is the post-credit scene and how are they linking this to the new universe that is going to be in Shazam? So I decided to go ahead and look it up. Now, here's where we're gonna hit. We're gonna go straight into it. The ending of the movie implies that Billy Batson has died, right? Sal?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just the last few minutes of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like they imply that he's dead. It's then leaned into that he is. You get 2 post-credit scenes.
No. The ending is the ending is what you're describing. There are 2 post-credit scenes. Neither of them have the cameo you're about to reveal.
Oh, well, did you revealed because you actually watched it all play out?
I watched the movie. At the end he sacrifices himself like a hero always does, and they bury him in the dirt, and then they turn to the wizard because the wizard's alive now, and they're like, "Hey, why don't you use your staff to bring him back?" And I'm like, "Why didn't you ask to do that at any point before we buried him?" But anyway, he's like, "No, there's no more gods. All the gods are gone." And then Wonder Woman shows up. Literally, that needle drop is so loud. They're so excited that they got Wonder Woman in this movie. And she walks up, and they do the neck thing. Where they they pan up, and they just show her from the neck down. It's Wonder Woman. And then they go, "Nerp." It's Gal Gadot. And she's like, "There is still one god left."
I like your version of her accent. I like that.
Kal-El, no, don't do it. I'm your friend. I did not hit her. So she shows up, and she uses like god powers to reignite the staff, and he comes back to life. Like it's a cute little ending where it's like, oh, the hero sacrificed himself, like he gave it all, and then Wonder Woman shows up, and she's like, "No, you're back." And then he comes back, and he's like, "Can I join the Justice League?" And she's like, "Go away."
And then
he doesn't say, "Can I join the Justice League?" He actually asks her out. He's like, "You want to go out sometime?" She's like, "No, I do not want to go out with you.
You're a little boy."
And then the post-credit scene, I guess, is the implications that he was going to join a team, and he thought it was the League, only to discover it's the Justice Society.
Which, like, Amanda Waller's in charge of the JSA?
Well, that was implied with her talking to Hawkman, I thought, in Black Adam.
Right. Yes, okay. All right, that's fair. Yeah. That brings,
So now this leads a lot of questions.
It's a nightmare of questions. The first of which is, okay, so obviously what happened, because if you watch the movie, it's the movie they made before the switchover. Like James Gunn, nothing to do with it. Walter Hamada's name is on the movie. But it's a Shazam movie, so it's fun and jubilant and has its own.
Which is why I want to see it, and I still do. It's just I couldn't see it all the rest of the weekend, and my meeting ran long. So
and it has Sandberg's like random horror bits where he's like, "Nah, make it a fun family movie. Here's something really scary. Here's something that'll really upset children in the theater." And so there's that, and then the post-credit scenes, which are very much like if you saw Thor in the theater. And you saw this like kind of very self-important, silly fish out of water movie by Ken Branagh. And then who directed? And then James Gunn directed that post-credit scene where they go to the collector.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I know what you're talking about.
So at the end of the movie, like they drop off the Infinity Stone with the collector. It was Dark World. Was it Dark World?
Anyway, it doesn't Thor: The Dark World.
I think Dark World. Dark World.
Yeah, they drop off the ether with the collector, and it's great because it couldn't be more tonally different, and it's the exact same situation where like the post-credit scene is like, that was the movie they made. Here's the Shazam we're making.
Right. So apparently a lot of these shots were also done recently. Like this wasn't the ending with Wonder Woman raising him and the Justice Society references were all done within the last couple of months as recent.
Really?
Oh. Which is why, like, when I saw that report, I'm like, how does this tie into anything?
It's going to tie into everything. They're like, no. Okay, so yes, it's a full hard reboot, except everyone but Henry Cavill is back.
That's what it seems like.
Well, I wonder if it's just going to say this is a movie that takes place before Flashpoint and we just move on from it. And then, like, we don't have to deal with Billy Batson's backstory. Zachary Levi is just continued to be Shazam.
Yes.
And I don't think we have to worry about it. I do think that if we need to, we'll probably recast Billy Batson as the younger person, which I don't love because I like the kid, but he's not a kid anymore. He's like 20.
In this they say he's 18 in this movie.
Wow.
So they're like, I mean, the funny thing is, like, in another 2 or 3 years, he could just play Shazam.
Yeah. Right. But if they want to keep Zachary Levi, you just recast a younger kid and you tell a new story. But I don't know. I like Captain Marvel, Shazam as much as the next guy. I think there's been some really cool interpretations of it. Young Justice played by Rob Lowe, which is random as hell. But yeah, he was them. Use him here. I'm okay if they don't touch him for a little bit, just like find something else. You've done this franchise to the best you can. I hear it was pretty abysmal box office opening. So and that's fine. It wasn't expected to be bombastic anyways, but
I mean, so was Ant-Man. Right now we're in a weird flux where nobody wants to see superhero movies. Like they're proposing these they're coming out of the gate, DC and Marvel, and they're like, everything's going to be $1 billion. And it's like, guys, that was Ant-Man and Shazam coming out of basically still cold COVID.
Yeah.
We're still recovering movie box office wise from this era.
Spider-Man doesn't count.
Yeah. Spider-Man is an anomaly. And also, like, Ant-Man had really poor reviews. Shazam has really poor reviews. It's not until we get a movie that is, like, critically acclaimed a little bit, then and at least like and even like the first day of like audience scores is really good, that I think we're gonna get people pouring into the theaters. And right now like Shazam and Ant-Man just didn't do that, and Thor didn't do that, and Black Panther kind of did it. They did it a pinch, right?
Yeah.
I got a little excited about Black Panther, but I think we were all excited to see what they're going to do.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think a crowd is going to come out in droves for the third Black Panther film unless it's like pitched with a great premise and like a great trailer, because I know why I wanted to see the second one, and I know why I enjoyed it. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to sign up for the next one. So just to say that with all these superhero movies, we'll have to see for a little bit. But yeah, Shazam, I think we can write this off. Most of the actors, like I said, I was talking about Mary Marvel before we started recording because I'm in love with her. But she doesn't act like the actress who plays her isn't in a lot of stuff. And I think she did Shazam when she wanted to act, and then she left acting. She came back to do Shazam too. I don't think she's going to want to do another one. I don't think she's going to want to do more movies. So like most of the cast is going to disperse and do other things.
Not for nothing, by the way.
Oh, God.
Oh, just Grace Caroline Curry, if they want to like make her Wonder Woman, that'd be okay.
Just move her over to that way, yeah. Like, I mean,
Mary Marvel's great, but
apparently this leaves it open for a potential Shazam 3, and with the Flashpoint happening, we could easily roll it in. I more am curious, the decision to incorporate Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman when supposedly she's out. That hasn't been confirmed. Yeah, nothing's been confirmed, but they shot down her third movie. And she has said in the past she won't do a third one without Patty Jenkins, and they shot down Patty Jenkins' movie. So right now the general consensus is they're both out.
Yeah.
But she showed up as Wonder Woman for the finale of this. Also, Black Adam, The Rock is out. We know that. He ain't coming back. Like, he's getting lambasted across the board by all fandoms. Yeah. Like the Black Adam did not make stellar box office numbers. People are still fighting to this day if it was profitable, like any of us really care. Yeah. And so he's not coming back. So why tie this into Justice Society? Does this mean that we're going to get? Yeah, maybe Justice Society's going to come back. Like they're going to be the next thing. But
I don't know, man. The funny thing is, like, it was okay. So this was somebody else's movie. They inherited it. They decided to shoot stuff to tie it in with their new universe, which all was going to be rebooted anyway because of the Flashpoint movie that was also made before the New Guard got it. And I'm kind of like, just go see it and enjoy it. But think about it like, what does it mean? Look, Barry's going to go into the Speed Force, and we could set up Elseworlds movies from now on, where it's like, yeah, over there they're making JSA movies, and over there they're doing this stuff, and Economos is there too. I don't know. Like I don't know, and I don't want to weigh in on it necessarily definitively because I don't think they have any idea, which is really disappointing. Like, if you're gonna reboot. Don't just do these half measures.
This may effectively tee up their Elseworlds, right? Like your Snyderverse Elseworld as its own pocket dimension that exists, that we can still tell stories from once we finish establishing our mainline universe, we can still go back and tell cool stories in Elseworlds and bring in characters through the multiverse. There's Hulkord, Economos, and the whole Suicide Squad team gets killed in Earth-1, and then a boom tube opens, and they all get ported to the new Earth, whatever.
Right.
It's
so you think that this is teeing up just in case, and they figured, screw it, we could reset everything we want with Flashpoint anyway. So
I hope so, because it does work. Like the post-credit scene works for the current climate of the DC universe.
Right.
Which is nebulous.
Well, I will say, since the last couple of movies, they were trying to reassemble some semblance of a crossover universe.
Uh-huh.
Like, they were attempting it. The problem is they were so quiet and so haphazardly doing it, we didn't know if they were doing it.
No, that's right. That's right. So that's where we are. And it's just kind of like, I don't know.
So do you think maybe we're overthinking these post-credit scenes and that they're just there for the fun of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that
100%.
once James Gunn comes in, that's going to reboot it and we're done.
100%.
I hope so. I hope that's what it is, because that would make the most sense out of what they did. See, if I were in charge, I would have just been like, don't tie it in. We don't know if we're going to do that.
Right.
You know, like I would actually have been like, cut a post-credit scene. Like just leave the post-credit scene at the end of the movie is really earned and part of the Shazam universe, as opposed to like the universe linking Marvel movie. Hell, in the post-credit scene that we're talking about, Shazam references the Avengers.
He says the Avengers?
Yeah.
Yeah. They ask him about like they tell him he's going to join the Justice Society, and he's like, just point of order, but like having two teams, both of them Justice, and they have no affiliation with each other is like really confusing. And then proceeds to give them alternate names to Justice, and then goes, ooh, the Avengers Society. I don't know why, but I like that one. I'm like, what?
That's great. Love it.
Solid.
Love the referencing. Yeah, I'm with you that, like, let's hope it just stays disconnected, because we don't really need to further do this. And, I think that the Wonder Woman tie-in was it's a reference to the last movie. I think they maybe had to reshoot it because Gal Gadot was finally free. So, that might have been the only reason they had to reshoot it. I think they was always going to do the neck up thing because they did it with Superman last time. It's just a callback to that. I'm fully on board for a Wonder Woman recasting, because I think Gal Gadot has had a fun time with the character, done a couple movies, and Patty Jenkins is out. Gal can go back to Fast and Furious or whatever else she wants to work on. Please don't be Wonder Woman anymore. I want regular
I like
Wonder
her
Woman.
as Wonder Woman. I do.
I think she's fine. I genuinely don't have a
my
problem with her.
No,
I'm just
I had
saying,
fun
like,
with her, for sure.
Yeah.
Just want to have fun with the new actress as Wonder Woman now.
Yeah.
Especially
I
after
figure if
Grace
you're going to
Caroline
recast,
Curry.
well, that's true. If you're going to recast Batman and Superman, recast Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Oh, that I agree with. Don't leave any member of the original Trinity. If we're doing a recast, just do a recast. Just call it a day.
Yeah.
And you could keep Jason Momoa as whatever
Lobo
until he's Lobo. Yeah. And then you can have the scene where Aquaman meets Lobo like they do in the comics all the time. But no, you'll have the obligatory movie scene where they're like, Kizzy femme? What? No, dude, I like fish. Like, I don't know. Come up with some clunky dialogue, but
it is. Yeah. The other thing is the other problem they have is there is another inherited DC movie that's coming out, and it's Aquaman 2, and a rumor has it it's terrible.
Yeah, what? I've been hearing like all screenings are not going well.
Oh. And like, if I were them, I wouldn't spend 1 red cent trying to remake it or edit it or do it. I'd just be like, it sucks. Put it out. Because it's not ours. Like, we didn't
not
make
even
it.
that. I would just do it as a tax write-off at this point.
Pull it back, girl. Delete the whole movie.
The movie. I mean, honestly, the thing is, it doesn't hurt. If it sucks, right? You put it out before Flash, so that people go, oh, God, I hate these DC movies. I wish they would just reboot.
You put it out the night before.
You put out the Flash one, where it's like, oh, they did.
So, but that's where we're at right now. Lots of confusion. What do you guys think it means? Because the way everything's going, I feel like they just wanted to have some fun with the post-credit scenes. And they're like, it's not even going to matter. So link it into something so it stands with these things and we can just leave it alone.
Right? I kind of do like, I like the idea of seeing Shazam with other heroes. Like, it would be neat to see him on a team.
It would.
Especially Justice Society. Hawkman, or I guess Iron Man, him.
Yes. It's one of my favorite scenes in early Young Justice in season 1 where they find out Shazam is a kid because of a mission where he saved a lot of people. So, a sorcerer splits the world between adults and kids, and he can transport between the two of them by switching forms. But that's when it's revealed, and the Justice League is voting in new members. And, he keeps, he's being a kid, so he's, like, saying jokey stuff. Oh, plastic guy, that guy cracks me up. He's so funny looking. And then they're like, how about we talk about the elephant in the room? Should Captain Marvel remain a member of the Avengers even though he lied to us? And then they debate it, and he goes, I'm right here, guys. He goes, then maybe you should step away. And then Batman's like, no. Billy is entitled to a vote until or if he is voted off this council. And then, like, he knew at some point that he was a kid or whatever. And it was, like, really well done. It's fun to watch. Him with Batman is a really fun dynamic because he's a kid and he's like, that's Batman. Whoa. But he's also Shazam.
Right.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. We're going to close it up here because we don't got much more to say because there's, like, this isn't like the Marvel era where you're like, oh man, the credit scene. Well, we have this movie, and this movie coming out. They're all gonna link together. And
nope, it's just baffling. We're like, what? So Shazam's part of the new Gunverse or whatever we're calling it,
or is this the ending of him?
Right? Is this
what
Gods
they
and
need
Monsters?
to do? I feel like at the ending of Flashpoint, we just need to have like scenes of like, okay, so we got Zachary Levi, we got this guy, this random member of Suicide Squad, his wife.
Yeah, they did that scene in Avengers where it was like literally just Tony Stark pulls up every video of every movie that is going to be linked in.
Yeah.
So he's just like, that one, and that one, and that one.
All right, we'll see you guys next time right here at Absolutely.